I'm live. That's right, boys and girls. I'm live. If I'm jumping a little bit, I do apologise. I know there's nobody out there watching me at this moment. Reason being is because I'm a little bit early tonight and I've just got back from Theakston and I'm absolutely knackered. So there you go. I just thought I'd come on because everybody's got to be watching a football match tonight. And I think, I perceived that people will be on the internet now because obviously you got a football match on, haven't you? And I thought that people might be on, but obviously there is no one out there. But it doesn't matter. People may join me later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on talking until somebody pops up. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just close this door here because it's a bit weird. And we'll see if anybody pops up. Basically, I've just literally got back from a hard day's graft. I'm a little bit knackered, but enjoyable nonetheless. If you're enthusiastic about beer, enthusiastic about where it comes from and what people drink it, you will more than likely enjoy doing what you've been doing. So I basically went down all the way down to Halifax to off some beer. That's all I've done today. This is really a load of crap. North Yorkshire. And the reason why I've done that is just to show off exactly what where I've been and what I've been doing. So what we've got here is still nobody watching, but who cares? I'm just going to carry on because I'm sure people will watch this after I've kind of like streamed it anyway. So what I've done is pick this up out of the shop, if you know what I mean, and it's got a map of Yorkshire. There you go. Can you see that map of Yorkshire? And it basically lists exactly where to go for a decent pint in Yorkshire. And it's got a list of pubs here which all do great beers, all do the traditional Yorkshire beers that we all know and love. And on the bottom it says what beers are basically they're selling there and stuff like that. There's nobody watching me, but I don't care. I will carry on. The cat's asleep. Mrs. is out. What's there to do? Yeah, Aaron Miller. Hello, mates. Very much so. Did you get your Wander Beyond yet? Let us know in the comments. I'd like to know, Aaron, if you picked up that Wander Beyond, because it is a fantastic beer. I'm glad somebody is out there watching me. Basically, Aaron, you just good lad. Have you had it yet? Aaron, have you had it yet? What do you think? Because I thought it was an absolute belter. You wish you didn't? Why? I thought you liked that. You know, you didn't enjoy the beer that much. Fair enough. 1991 RBP. We're all different at the end of the day, and that's the thing. That's the thing why I do this channel, because I'm only doing it from my own perspective, because some people may not like what I like, and that is all part of the thing. It's all part of making it interesting for everybody. You know, I'm sorry you didn't like it, but if you can, you know, pick up something else and enjoy it, and I might not like it, that's part of the game, innit? At the end of the day, not even a little, maybe having it as half 6 in the morning didn't do. You had it 6:30 in the morning. It's not my friend Aaron, little tick. Ryan Bryson Payne. Ryan, you're not going to kick off with Aaron, are you, mate? I don't want this again, please. You know, I'll come on early mainly because of the football tonight. There is a football match tonight, and I did not want to interrupt. Basically, nobody's going to watch me, are they? So I thought I'd come on early just to, yeah. Here we go again. You're starting. You're a boy, you, and you. Right, what I'm drinking, what I'm saying is, I've had quite a hard day today. I've just got back from the brewery, been everywhere, and I've got myself 10%, boys and girls, of the Durham Brewery Temptation Russian Stout, just to break it in and get loose for the football. I think any boys and girls out there, Aaron Moley, I should say boys. Any boys out there, what's your predictions for tonight's score? I'd like to know. I think being a neutral as I am, I think I would like to see Spurs win it tonight. It'd be great if they did. If Liverpool win it, it's great. It's great for the game. But for me, I think Spurs, they can edge it. I'm going to have to put my, I'll be happy to see Spurs win it. But being a Southampton supporter, half the bloody players on both teams and managers, well, they kind of like gone on and done better things, but that's the way it is, if you know what I mean. But no, so yeah, so basically, I'll pick this up. If you're in Yorkshire, any boys and girls, here comes it. It would not be great if Spurs won. I could not think of anything worse. So, Aaron, I take it. I think, yeah, mate. I think Aaron and Ryan, are you a pair of gooners? I think you are. Me personally, I couldn't give a flying fuck who wins, to be honest. I couldn't give a flying fuck. If you're a pair of gooners or Chelsea boys, you could be Chelsea boys. Fair enough. You're not. You're not Chelsea boys, you're not gooners. So, people who hate Spurs, who usually are, I would say, Aaron Miller, Ryan Bryson, Payne. Are you Liverpool supporters then? You're Chelsea. You're Chelsea. You're Chelsea. Fair enough. You're Chelsea. What can I say about Chelsea? I knew from years ago when my friend's brother used to go to the Shed in Chelsea. It was a big club then, and it's kind of like waiting for the right investor to come in. But I always remember the game, was it Chelsea against Norwich City? Dave Besson was in goal, and he'd done some right howlers. Because I live for 80s football. I don't live for anything else. I live for 80s football. Kerry Dixon, Pat Nevin, Mickey Hazard. They're all the boys, aren't they? None like today. They're all ponces today. They're all puffs. They don't know what real football is. They don't know nothing, these boys. Back in the day, in the 80s, you had all your characters. You had all your decent players, your two-footed challenges, Graham Roberts and all that. So there you bloody go. So, like I said, I picked this up. I've gone back to one viewers. Don't matter, somebody watching me. I picked this up from the brewery. There you go. I picked this up and it shows the map of Yorkshire, God's County. Fantastic. And it shows where to go in Yorkshire. It shows the best bars. It shows the best pubs to have a beer. Or, if you're Aaron Miller, or I'm Bryson Payne, to have a scrap. Aaron Miller says, really sad about Jose. I don't know what you're going on about there, Aaron. Enlighten me, mate. Tell me, because I've been busy today. So I can't really go on about it, to be honest with you. But, like I said, I picked this up. I tell you, boys and girls, if you're coming up to Yorkshire, well, boys, Aaron and Ryan, your boys, to come up to Yorkshire, and tell us where's the best, to tell you where's the best place to go for. I did not know that, Aaron. I apologise. Jose Antonio Reyes died today. Former Arsenal. What did he die at? Because there's been some cracking footballers over the years who've passed away too early. If you remember Dean Richards, he passed away. What was that guy who had the heart attack? Played for Bolton. He played for Bolton. Then he went to, I can't remember where he went now, to be honest. I can't remember where he went. He would play for Bolton, then he went somewhere else. Lighten me, you boys. You know the scores. You know the scores. Tell us exactly what was going on. If you didn't like the beer, the Wonder Beyond beer, Aaron, wine, sorry about that. But each to their own, as you say. Anyway, I've got this map. I don't think I'm gonna. Fabrice, yes. You know what, boys and girls, we can talk about beer, but one thing always takes over. It's footy, and you can't beat it, can you? Because it's like a soap opera football. Fabrice Muamba, yes, that is, I remember rightly. So, boys and girls, Aaron, Wine, if you're both watching, what do you think of the proposed takeover of Newcastle is all about? Because up here, people are tending to get carried away with this big takeover. They're saying about this big Sikh who's come in with all these millions and billions or whatever, are going to pump so much into the club. Hey, nice one, mate. Nice one. Yeah, money. Nice one, Wine. Terry, if you're watching, mate. Evening, mate. Thank you for joining me as always. I'm drinking Durham Brewery's Temptation 10% Russian Stout. It's a cracker. Terry, what do you think of this Sikh taking over Newcastle United? Because I work in Newcastle, yeah, and they're getting a little bit carried away up here. I must admit, they're talking about all these big names coming to the club and everything. And be honest with you, with the amount of money this guy's supposed to have, it's supposed to be kind of like, a fair few billion even. So is this just like someone mentioned me, some sort of kind of like gambling syndicate, because his nephew or brother owns Manchester City, and do you think that this is just one big gambling syndicate just pissing about with people? Let us know in the comments. He's another related to the City owner. Yes, Aaron, I just said, yeah, he's related. It's this little kind of like bit of fun, family fun, over the table, having a set to over the table discussing football. Well, I've got Newcastle, I've got Manchester City, and all this. It's like a little thing. They can outdo each other. They can outdo each other over the kitchen table and see who wins. And the person who wins, I don't know, an extra side dish of kind of like prawn cocktail or something. Who knows? Let us know in the comments. I like to know what people think of this, because they've put in proof of funds, and they're talking about loads of players coming up here to Newcastle, and there is a little bit of a clue. I'm not surprised that this has happened, because there is a little bit of a clue, because Emirates own Newcastle Airport, so there was a little bit of a clue in there. Yeah, it's not worth worrying about you right there, Terry, mate. I just wondered what you thought of it. Because being a football man yourself, being a Liverpool man yourself, I honestly thought that, what it would do to the Premier League itself, because all I see at the moment is that all these clubs are getting richer and richer and richer. Ryan Bryson Piss, Ryan Bryson Payne, sorry. Sorry, Ryan. Ducasa triple. Me and Aaron had a couple of them yesterday. In Calais. Yes, I know Calais very, very well. Similar to Duvel in flavour, very similar, just slightly weaker tasting. Well, I've never had that triple. I'll be honest with you. I've reviewed the Castile triple last week. I highly, highly recommend that. That was a belt of a beer. And I'll tell you what, I love Duvel. I've said it time and time again. You know, even if you're not into your Belgian beers, Duvel is a fantastic gateway beer for everybody out there, even if you're just a lager drinker. It's really nice, Aaron. Now, you two, Ryan and Aaron, did you go to the Mammoth hypermarket in Calais? Because that's where I went last time. Yes, I've had the Pirat triple hop. The triple hop, Aaron, is available in Lidl in a box set of Belgian beers. And it had 2 bottles of Gudrun Drac in it, and it had a Pirat Blonde, maybe. I'm not too sure. It's worth picking up because it was only about £10. So get to yourself to Lidl and look for this Belgian beer box they do. Bar crawl in Calais. That's different because that's a different one, mate. A bar crawl in Calais. That's different. You know, you hear of people just going over Calais, picking up beer and coming back. I've never heard of anybody having a bar crawl in Calais. Was it any good? Ryan, tell us. Did you have was it a decent bar crawl, or did you kind of like, you know, waver at the end and think, fuck this, let's get on the ferry? Let us know. I've never known of a bar crawl. When I went to Calais, I went straight to this old industrial estate just outside Calais, owned by a Cockney bloke. It's class day out, was it, Aaron? That's what you mean, isn't it? You know, you can't be a class day out. You know, when you have a good pub crawl. I will. I'll tell you what, I highly recommend to you boys out there. You might not take any notice of me after getting a flat Wander Beyond. Highly recommend you boys to go and try a pub crawl in Rouen, which is just north of France. Well, north of Paris, should I say? North of France. North of Paris, about 20 miles north of Paris. I went there a while back, and it's worth giving a go. You know, getting the old Belgian beers in and getting absolutely pissed because, you know, you can't beat that. As far as French beer goes, I did like the John Lane. I'll show you the bottle if you want to see it. John Lane was a fantastic beer. I think you would have that in Calais. I'll bring it out in a minute. That's a cracking brew, that. So the thing is with France is it's constantly overshadowed by their neighbours, Belgium. But France do produce some fantastic beers. I can rattle off Goudale, Three Months. They're fantastic, highly strong lagers, and they're fantastic stuff. I'll tell you what, I think I fancy a day out in Calais. It sounds great. Just sitting the beers. Just hitting the beers and all that, like you do. So the beer, well, I reviewed a couple of beers yesterday. I'm going to show you the beer which was the winner for me, and it's that one there. Now that was pretty decent. Highly recommend that. Yes, Aaron, I think that'd be a great idea. Great idea. I'll have a few beers with you. In fact, I'll have a few beers with anybody. Anybody puts their name down there, I'll come along and have a few beers. We can have, I'll tell you what we'll do. We can do a review together. What about that? That'd be a laugh, wouldn't it? It definitely would be a laugh. Yeah, so I had that yesterday, and that was brilliant. Brilliant. Every time I pick up a beer from this brewer, I love it. You know, Verdant are fantastic. Now, Aaron, Ryan, I'm going to get this beer. Down here. Here we go. Now, Aaron, Ryan, this is what a French beer. That one there. Did you have that one? Let us know. Because that was a belter, that. There you go. That's the backside of it. I never reviewed this, which was a fucking pain in the arse. But I tell you what, that one there, absolutely loved. Absolutely loved. It was given to me by a very, very special person. Very, very dear friend. And it was lovely. Absolutely lovely. You didn't see that? Yeah. Aaron. Don't know if anybody can see that. John Lane Ombre. There you go. It was lovely. And the French beers, for me, have a certain different taste about them in regarding to Belgian beers. It's a certain different taste, but I don't know if it's about the yeast. I don't know if it's the yeast. I'm not sure. But that one, let us know, Aaron, if you've seen it, was a lovely, lovely beer. Trying to think what's the strength. I'll show you the back anyway. I'll show you the back. You can see that. There you go. 7.5% that. There's a crown. Big French brewer. Very, very good. And I absolutely loved it. Never go hold of a bottle again. Never go hold of a bottle again. Yeah, it's nice, mate. I don't know if you be able to pick it up at the hypermarket or anything when you're over there, but it's one of the French beers which I really, really liked. And they are different from the Belgian beers. They're more of a savoury feel to them. They're more of a saison feel to them in a way. They're very much different in that aspect. Where Belgian beers, for me, they feel more yeasty. They feel more thicker, robust, stronger. French beers are slightly different. They have the kind of like air of wild yeastness about them, if you know what I mean. So yeah, definitely pick it up. It's worth picking up, trying for yourself, and yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, every Saturday I'm doing this. I tell you what, boys. I tell you what, Aaron, Ryan, Terry, if you're still watching this, I enjoy doing this every weekend, you know. And when I first started doing this on my channel, I thought, nobody will bother watching this. But I tell you what, it's cracking this, cracking. So I'll say again, any people just joined us. I'm drinking Temptation Russian Stout, 10% from the Durham Brewery, which is one of my favourite brewers. Any of you boys out there who want to try their beers, you know, I think they're available on Beer Hawk. You know, give them a whirl because they're fantastic, fantastic, and this is great stuff to drink before the football. Before the football, that's the best thing, you know. So cheers, everybody. Yeah, so I've been at Theakston. It's been hard. I'm having a weekend off from Theakston next week because I'm only contracted a couple of weekends a month, just to help out around the brewery, and I really, really enjoyed it. It doesn't feel like work, to be honest. It feels like having a day out, to be honest, and I love doing it. So next week, I won't be there, which is a shame. But you know, I'm only part time, and a job at a brewery. It's very hard to get a full time job there when it's very hard to get a full time job at a brewery when you're so passionate about it and you've got little experience. So I just like being there. Couple of days through the month. It's cracking. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it today at Theakston. Done some cracking work there. And I do like Theakston. I was a fan of Theakston even before I went there. A big fan of their beers, proper Yorkshire beers, proper honest, integral beers. One of the very few breweries out there where still really do it in kind of like wooden barrels and wooden casks and stuff, and that's what it's all about, traditional methods of brewing, which, let's face it, at the end of the day, traditional methods of may go out the window. The guy with the dray and the horses might not exist in about 10 years' time, and it's something that I think that everybody out there, is part of the British culture that we should continue doing and continue supporting. A little bit like National Trust, old houses, part of the English heritage or the British heritage, we should always keep open for everybody to enjoy and our history. Because let's face it, this country is starting to lose its history. This country is starting to lose its identity, even because the problem with this country, I'm getting political now, the viewer count's dropping. The problem with this country is that too many people from too many different groups or too many interests have a say in this country, and it's wrong, because at the end of the day, that's the problem. If somebody somewhere said, look, I'm in charge, this is the way this boat sails, we follow it. If we sink or swim even, this is the way to go. Fuck anybody else, fuck political correctness, the way we should go, irrespective of people from other countries living here or whatever. I think it's the way forward. That is the way forward, because at the moment you have these politicians who are trying to please too many people. And if I was PM, I'll tell you what, Warren Bryson, Aaron, if you're watching, if I was PM, things would be a little bit different, I think. I'd definitely make sure that we have the best beer in the world. And that's what makes sense, if you know what I mean. Definitely, Britishness, when you look at Britain, we're falling behind in the beer world. America, Belgium, Germany even are again ahead of us. But I'll tell you what, we could be great if I was in charge of this country. We could be great. We could be fantastic. We could be a powerhouse. Exactly, Ryan. Bring them beer prices down. Bring the quality up. Yeah, have it. Have it. I would, Terry. Terry, I would help them pubs stop closing. In fact, I would close a lot of stuff. Drink driving? It's only fucking pedals, isn't it, Aaron? Only fucking pedals. Who cares? Let's just kind of like bring beer to the masses, make Britain great again, produce fantastic cask ales. Let's make it brilliant. You know what I mean? What have we got at the moment? We got fuck all in this country. We got music. No, I'm not gonna get racist on this. No, I'm not gonna go down that road. I nearly broke into it, but I'm not. Yes, Terry's Cook Beer Review says, help the pubs stop closing. I absolutely agree with you, mate. Pubs should be the forefront of everything. I'm not agreeing with Wetherspoons being the dominant force in pubs. I think pubs should do, the micro pub especially should do a lot better on high street than anybody else. Get people drinking different beers, get people drinking beers for breakfast, get people drinking beers for dinner, and evening meal. Just get people drinking beers, lower the age from 18 to about 12. It never harmed anybody, surely. It's dropped. It's dropped down to one viewer. It's gone up to two. It's gone up to two viewers. Aaron, Aaron Miller. Beers for breakfast. Fucking love that. Aaron Miller, you can't beat a decent golden ale chucked on your cornflakes, can you, mate? Hey, we've all done it. I tell you what, years ago I used to do it. Just crack open a golden in the ale or a lager, or decent lager, mind you, not nice Carling site. Carling is for people who want to clean their toilets out. No, I'm talking about, you know, decent golden ale, German lagers even. Decent lagers. Just, you know, stick it on the cornflakes. Stick it on the cornflakes, you know. Like you do. You know? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Having a laugh, having a good time. You should Terry's quick beer reviews. Terry, you're a star. You should check out Tasting Niche. She's always having a morning tipple. Well, Tasting Niche, Terry, must be an alcoholic because she should go to counselling because I wouldn't do that, mate. And I know you wouldn't because you're a good bloke. Midday is more or less the best time to have a tipple, you know, midday with your Sunday lunch. So I think you, Terry, you go, you know, you do your beer reviews and you go for your Sunday lunch and maybe go to the club in the afternoon. Let us know in the comments. Ryan Bryson Payne says, beers for breakfast, class. Easy to get the young birds knickers down when they're gathered up. Ryan, your name ain't Jimmy Savile, is it, mate? Or is it Rolf Harris? Can you tell what it is yet? Let us know in the comments, mate. Let us know your class, you two. Ryan and Aaron, your class. Terry, you're one of the best, mate. Oh, off he goes. So it's yes, it does. 16, yes. Well done, Ryan. You said 16. Yeah. Very sensible if I were you. And you said shit. Very sensible if I were you. This looks bad. Ryan, I won't judge you, mate. I really won't. You know, 14-year-olds can look 16 when they're done up with a load of slap on. So, yeah, Aaron, totally agree with you. Nice recovery, Ryan. You recovered better. You recovered better than an AA man in the middle of foggy Staymore in the middle of winter. That's what you've done. You recovered better than that. Well done, mate. So yeah, what was I talking about? No one's given us any predictions on the score tonight. Anybody think he got away with that? Yes, Terry, mate, he got away with it. Got away with it. They said Ryan Bryson Payne saying that if you're bringing the drinking age down, we can get the other ages brought down. Don't blame me, Ryan. I'm just saying that, you know, sooner or later, look, when I was younger, and you will know that, Terry will know that, Aaron will know that. When you're younger, what did you do on a Saturday night? What did you do? You know, you go to the kids' playground and, you know, you do this and do that. No, I'm not a nonce. Fuck you, Aaron. I'm not a nonce. What I'm saying is, right, well, what did you do? You went to the spa. You went to the local off license. And what did you do there? Terry, nice one, mate. The pool 2-0. Now, what do you reckon's going to score? Mane? I think Mane is the biggest threat to Tottenham tonight. That's my opinion. Nice one. Yeah, Ryan. Ryan, you're the nonce, mate. Nice one, Aaron. Yeah, I think Mane tonight is going to be key for the Liverpool. I think Mane could be the difference between the two sides because I think Mane is a class act. Yeah, we're getting off topic. Ryan, let's get back to the football. Let's get back to the beer. at the end of the day, when you two were younger, I guarantee you two would have hung around the spa, all the Londies, and one of you would have been egged on to go in and get a bottle of Smirnoff or Thunderbird. It's what happens. It's part of growing up, if you know what I mean. So that's what I'm just saying. Yes, my opinion for tonight's game. I don't know if anybody's in the beginning. I think Aaron Miller, Liverpool should do it. Spurs will melt up as usual. 2-0, 3-1. Yeah, it could go any way. I'm being diplomatic now. This could go any way. It could either be Liverpool, obviously favourites. They've got some class players. Mane, Van Dijk. They're class, And I have to say, it'd be interesting. This game will be very, very interesting which way it would go, either one way or the other. If Liverpool get the early goal, I think it will be Liverpool all the way. But we all have to admit that the English Premier League is now the best in Europe. We've all got to admit that, and there is some fantastic teams in the Premier League now. Fantastic teams, and when you look at it's been dominated by Spain a lot. I think the English Premiership now. You got to be proud to be supporting an English Premiership team now. It's so hard. It's such a hard league to be successful in. And you've got to admit that compared to the Bundesliga and the Spanish, we're the kings. We really are. We really are the kings of European football. There's nothing worse than seeing the Spanish dominate it, and it's nothing worse than seeing the Germans dominate the English. It's our turn. It's our turn to be the best league in Europe. It's our turn to say, look, we've got the bollocks now. We're gonna dominate. Michel Platini, UEFA, hates the English. He absolutely hates the English. He absolutely despises us. And I don't know what the hell he'd be thinking about having two English teams in the Champions League final. He must hate it. He must absolutely hate us for that. And, I've said it in the past. I'm surprised they haven't made it harder for the English to compete in Europe. I'm expecting something to happen to make English clubs, whether it's kind of like to make them play more English players in Europe, I'm not sure, but I'm expecting something to be thrown in to the ring to prevent this from happening again, because he absolutely hates us, and a lot of FIFA do. And after what happened with the FIFA, with the English bid for the World Cup, with FIFA going on and that, I'm not surprised there's people out to have a go at us. But you've got to admit, it's an achievement in itself to have English clubs in the finals of both. And if we can, do that again next year, it'd be fucking brilliant. It really would. It really would. It really would. So no more comments at the moment. 4 people watching me. You're all class hacks. Thank you for watching me. We're talking about beer and we always talk about football. I don't know what I'm going to talk about as the weeks go by, because football's disappearing, and tennis and cricket. Aaron Miller goes, what other beers you got for tonight? Well, they're in the other room. Ciders. Ryan Bryson Payne says ciders. Now, ciders I've only just started to get into, but I'll tell you what, Ryan, the ciders which I kind of reviewed before and I really, really enjoyed was the K cider in the black can. It's not really a cider to some people. It's more like somebody drinking, getting into a fight. But the K cider wine, really, really enjoyed it. Get yourself a few cans of K cider. Angry Orchard hard cider from Tesco. That was a cracker, mate. Check that one out. Quite cheap. If I remember rightly, it's quite low in ABV as well. I think it was. Aaron Miller says, I used to hate them, but I love shoving Magners up my pipe now. Aaron, if you want to shove a Magners up your pipe, what end are you putting it up your pipe? You putting up the butt end, like you do? Might be a bit painful, young man. Or do you put the neck up your pipe? Let us know in the comments. I like a butt end. I think you'll have KY jelly with that, unless you're really, really sore and you're really bleeding. But let us know, mate. Let us know. Let us know what way you put your cider bowl up your pipe. I'd love to know. So just cheers. Henry Weston's okay. Find it and drink it. Ryan Bryson, I've seen it, mate. I think I will get hold of it. I know I will. I'm thinking of doing a cider weekend. I don't know if you subscribe to me, mate. If you are, mate, Ryan and Aaron, I think you both. I think one of you is subscribed to me. I really appreciate you subscribing to me for starters, because it's great. It's great when people subscribe to me. I will try. Warren Boston says the Henry Weston's A's, find it and drink it. He says Warren Boston Bryson Payne says, then get a duvet and make a brain hemorrhage and stay by. Ryan, I've had that in the past. I've had a Duvel snake bite. I've never had it with Henry Weston's, but I did have it with Thatcher's Gold. And believe you me, you don't want it. You really don't. It fucked me up. It fucked me up. I can't remember when I left the pub and I went to I went to the Indian, Al Islam, I think it was called. Like name for an Indian, Al Islam. I went to the Indian and I can't remember what I had now, to be honest. But what happened was at the end of the night, I went round with mates. We had the Indians in these kind of like trays. And I went round with mates and we kind of like put them in the oven and everything. I don't know what the hell I ordered. I'm trying to think. It's like seaweedy type of thing. It wasn't a korma. It was something. Anyway, we pulled it out of the oven. I had another beer there. I was absolutely pissed out of my head. Now I eat it. I ate it all. Like you do. Like you do when you're pissed. You eat anything, didn't you? Let's face it. If you kind of like saw a snail on the street or on the path, you would pick it up and eat it. You know, you'd eat anything. It doesn't matter. And I got outside the house, my mate's house, and on the corner there was like a telephone box. And you know when you had a bit too much to drink, and the whole place, sky, ceiling, wherever you are, starts spinning, 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 that type of thing. I went to the corner and there's this phone box, and I just opened the door. This phone box went full on through the nose, the lot. It just went everywhere, like you do. Yes, Terry, mate. Thank you very much for watching me. It's always a pleasure. You don't have to watch me. Thank you very much. I'll be seeing your reviews whenever you put them up, mate. Yeah, get around the club, enjoy the football, and hopefully it'll be a good night for you, mate. So cheers, mate. So I got to the this phone box. I opened the door like you do, and kind of like, "Bleh," and it went everywhere. But the thing is, what really kind of like I enjoyed afterwards. It's about 15 years after I did that. A friend of mine, well, the friend I was around his house, he said to me the stain of what I threw up was still in that phone box. I can't believe it. So, living up north, I travelled all the way down, all the way down to Sussex from Yorkshire, opened the door of this phone box, and there it was, still there. And that's my legacy, I suppose. So, yeah, it's not a good idea, Ryan, having a duvet on a snake bite. It's not the best thing to have, to be honest. But, if you and Aaron are out tonight, I'm sure you will be, because I think you're great mates. Try it. Let us know next week when I'm online. So I'm just finishing this off, like you do. I'm gonna crack open that one. It's Fever Ice Monkeys, 5% ABV, bought from Mozzies, in other words, Morrison's. So I'm going to crack this open, see what it's about, like you do, because obviously no one's interested in fucking beer on this one. They're always interested in football. Aaron Miller says he's not out tonight. Calais yesterday was enough for the weekend. So I take it, Aaron, you had a bit too much to drink. Let us know. Tell us what you drunk and exactly what beers you drunk. I'm always interested to know what beers that people drink when they go out on these kind of like lash ups and that. Like I said, I've been to Calais a few times, EastEnders Warehouse. Tell us, Aaron, Ryan, if you've been to the EastEnders Warehouse just outside Calais. I went there 15 years ago. You might not be there. Tell us. Tell us if you went there. I'd like to know. And tell us what beers you brought back, because you boys are bound to have brought back something. I can't see you just coming back empty-handed. So let us know. Tell us exactly what you brought back and what beers you liked and what beers you enjoyed. That's what it's all about. It's all about enjoying beer, innit, at the end of the day, and having a good old laugh. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to crack this open. When I crack this open, like you do, this is a London brewer, like you do. Here you go. White IPA. And it's Brooklyn. See that? Let us know why Brooklyn's on that. I don't know. Aaron Miller says, only thing we brought back were the Toblerones was gathered up on the ferry. I do not believe that whatsoever, mate. I think you brought back some decent beers. I honestly do. I can't see you boys going on a piss up in Calais and coming back with nothing. No one does that. Surely no one does that. No one goes out to Calais and pick up, go on the piss and not pick up anything. Surely. Aaron, you're pulling me plonker. Surely, mate. You can't, honest. I'm going to pull this out anyway while Aaron replies to that. So, there we go. Might as well do a live review of this. Shall I do a live review of this? I did this a while back, to be honest. It wasn't that much cop, to be honest. It's just... Let's see what Wine says. Let's see what Wine says. We fucked it then. Honestly, it's a Beano to Calais, nowhere near any shops, just pubs. Next month we'll bring some back. Yes, I think you should. You've gone to France. You're about a stone's throw from the Belgian border. There is gonna be some decent stuff there. Now, obviously, you might not be that well versed. Just gonna see if I can pick something up out of here for you. No, I thought I might have something in there to show you, but No, it's worth going to your hypermarkets, bringing back stuff and enjoying it, or even on the ferry, you know, some strong Belgian beers, just to kind of like, before you hit Dover and hit the bars in Dover. That's what I'm saying is, start to hit the bars in Dover and start to kind of like kick off in Dover, like you do, without getting arrested, like you do. Yeah, yeah. Bring some back, wine. Tell us what you bring back. It must be a monthly thing you boys do. I'd like to know. Tell us in the comments if if it's a monthly thing you do, going to Dover and picking up a few beers and getting into trouble and kicking off and everything and coming back. Let us know. That's what it's all about. Telling people what you do and having a laugh about it. So yeah. So we're gonna go to this. Three Rice Monkeys, White IPA. It's from Asda, London Fields Brewery. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't the best beer in the world. It was about £1.20, something stupid. So there you go. Lovely, lovely kind of cloudy gold. Bit of lemon thrown in. It smells refreshing enough. Lots of citrus. It's all right. It'll keep me going for a while anyway. I'll talk to you boys and girls out there. Aaron Miller says 28th of June will be in Calais. Anybody in the Calais vicinity, anybody going to Calais on 28th of June, Aaron's there. So beware. Beware. Anybody out there. Mr. Hawthorne. Mr. Hawthorne. I've been waiting for you for a while. There you go. I've been on for about 52 minutes. I'm fucking knackered, but I'm here, and we've been talking about the football, amongst other things. We've been talking about day trips to Calais, amongst others, and we've been talking about what people think of what the score will be tonight. Bearing in mind, it's not long before kickoff. I think, I'm amongst Chelsea supporters, I think, Mr. Hawthorne. So I've even discussed Newcastle's kind of like takeover. I've discussed that, and you weren't here for it, but we've kind of like gone through the motions of the latest football news. Mr. Dean's beer reviews as a bit. Hello, Dean. Aaron Miller says hi, buddy. To Dean, most probably. He's been talking an hour. Dean, hello, mate. Nice to see you on board. As a lot with my live stuff, it's been going on about football a lot and having a lads chat. Contrary to what the beer is, we've been talking about what the scores will be tonight and what will happen tonight, even. So if I'm breaking up, I've got a feeling I'll be breaking up. Yeah, it looks like I'm breaking up. Dean, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm breaking up a bit, I think, now, for some reason. Yeah, we were talking about the scores tonight. I'm a neutral. I've got Chelsea supporters telling me Chelsea, Liverpool gonna win. Terry's quick beer review said to me, Liverpool gonna win. Me personally think I would like to see Tottenham win, but I'm gonna get slated for it from Aaron and Rice and Bryce and Payne. Dean, if you're watching this, mate, what do you think the score will be? Because I like to know. We've discussed beer. We've discussed French beer. Dean, you had that one before? We've discussed great British craft beer. Like you do. I've had a hard time at Theakston's. I've been working part-time at Theakston's Brewery, been enjoying it. It's been hard today, I'll be honest. Beer Guru Reviews has come up. He says, never walk alone. So, Mr. Panikos, hello, mate. you saying to me that it's you're a Liverpool supporter. Yeah, Dean, I'm with you, mate. Sit on the fence with the result. I think it's great for English football, and I think it's it goes to show how great. Here we go. Aaron Miller. Aaron Miller says, I'll just show his comment if it'll come up. Fuck Spurs. Well, there you go. Fuck Spurs. There you go. Even the cat's fucking off now. Is that enough? Fuck Spurs. Fuck you, Chaz and Dave. Like you do. So, yeah, I'm just going to open the door because the cat wants out. Cat's getting out. So, the beer's all, well, I've been busy. I reviewed that yesterday. Dean, if you're watching, mate, I reviewed that yesterday. You can see that, mate. I love that. I don't know if you reviewed it or not. Tell us. But I've just drunk Durham Brewery's Europa League champions with a pink heart. Aaron Miller's just commented. I don't know what you mean by a pink heart. Let us know. Yeah, so I reviewed that yesterday. Verdant's Bloom. Loved it. I thought it's fantastic. Yeah, Dean, it is top drawer, mate. It's absolutely top drawer. I love Verdant. I absolutely love Verdant. And I've just done the Durham Brewery's Temptation, which is highly recommend you to get it. If you can't get it, let us know. I'll send you a bottle. It's no problem. No problem, Dean. No problem, mate. I'm a Chelsea boy, mate. Only time I'll ever want Liverpool to win tonight. So, there's a bit of a bias in the opinions here about who's going to win tonight. I think it's anti-Tottenham at the moment. I can't say. It's either going to be one way or the other, isn't it, at the end of the day? I can't really. Anti-Tottenham. Like I said, Tottenham get the early goal. It might be quite interesting. If Liverpool get the early goal, I think it'll be Liverpool all the way to the final whistle. That's all I can say. Yeah, so Dean, if you're still watching, mate, if you want some more Durham, I know Christoph sent you it. Let us know. I'll send you something because it's widely available where I am, and I don't mind sending you something. So let us know, mate. So the beer I'm drinking now is that one. That one there. How you do? One by some pain says, I don't want to sound dramatic, but I'd rather shag my mum whilst my dad shags me than have Spurs win the cup later. Fair enough, fine. Dean with beer review says, send us a message later, mate. We will do a mystery. I'll tell you what, I'll do that. I've got some beers to send. I've got a couple of beers to send out this week to somebody, but the week after, I will do that, mate. Definitely. Whatever. I've never done the mystery beer thing, so I don't know what it entails. I suppose it's basically somebody sends you a can full of shite and you basically taste it and think it's any good. So, someone sends you a can of, I don't know, a can of fucking special brew and you taste it. Oh, that's Verdant's headband, that. It could be, couldn't it? Slime Sky says, you're so right about the Lidl Vice beer being better. Now, Slime Sky, thank you, mate. I've checked out the Bishop. Is it the Bishop Nick site? I actually looked at it a couple of weeks ago and really enjoyed it. I kind of really enjoyed their site. I haven't ordered any beers from Bishop. Is it Bishop Nick in near Southend, Essex Way? If I remember, it's a good site. So thanks for that, Slime Sky. Yeah, Lidl do produce some great beers, I have to say. Wine by some Plain says, come on, you Spurs. Yes, Spurs. You're either Spurs or Liverpool, mate. Aaron Miller said, I love a can of special brew. Well, if you can get a can of special brew now, because now it's kind of like gone back to being special brew pilsner or something. They're gonna drop the ABV down of it, so I don't know whether or not that is a decent beer now. Well, it wasn't a decent beer anyway, but I don't know whether or not it's worth getting hold of. But there is one question for all you lot out there, which I'd like to know where you can get Tennent's Super. I can't find it anywhere. I'd like to know what shops do Tennent's Super. I've never seen it anywhere ever. So let us know, let us know exactly where that is. Londy's, Spa, whatever. I cannot find Tennent's Super. So anybody out there can tell us where that, well, I can pick one up. Dean, I'll send you as a mystery beer, mate. Well, it's not a mystery then, is it? It's not a mystery. Never. Aaron Miller, my local shop does it. I tell you what, Aaron, I'm doing this every week, so you can tell me exactly. Yeah, tell us next week if you can get hold of one. Dean's beer review says no, you love it, mate. It's a cracking beer, isn't it? It's a cracking, solid Scottish super beer. I've never reviewed it. I don't know if you have, mate, but I've never done it. So I've never ever seen it anywhere. I used to see it everywhere. I used to see it in Londy's, Spa, and anywhere you can pick one up, but I've never ever seen it recently. So let us know exactly if anybody out there can find it. Send us a can and I'll send you something back. That's the main thing. You send me something, I'll send you something back. I'll pop in and look soon. Nice one, Aaron. Let us know next week, mate. I'll be on about the same time as always. Because I love doing these live things now. It's fantastic. You just go like get on and have a good laugh and have a drink, and it's just like talking with your mates on a Saturday night over the internet. Storm Sky, thank you very much for that, mate. Absolutely appreciate that. Good show, Dean. I just press that button, like I said to you before, Dean. I just press that button and just let it all out. Let it all flow. This is why, the way I do my beer reviews. I can like press that button, whatever comes out. It could be a complete mistake. It could be absolutely bollocks. I don't care. I just do it for a laugh, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? I'm not serious. I'm not somebody who goes after, subs, and somebody who goes after kind of like views and stuff. Beats the crap out of BBC. Well, we all try to be entertainers at the end of the day, Dean. That's at the end of the day. We're all entertainers at the day. I'm a cabaret act. You can either boo, throw shit at me, or leave the tent. Aaron Miller says, "What websites do you use to get your beers anyway? Any good sites you were?" Aaron, I don't use websites to get me beers. I tend to just go to shops. York is a favourite of mine. York, the Trembling Madness in York. If you live up north, the first time I went to York, it's got some fantastic shops in York. I went to Ripon recently, picked up some beers from a fantastic. I just use local shops. The reason why I use local shops is that I don't want to come across as being elitist in a way. I like to just go to a shop where everybody else goes to, pick up a beer, go to the counter, pay for it, review it. At the end of the day, it's all down to availability, anybody. It'll be a waste of time for me personally. This is the way I look at it. It'd be a waste of time for me to go and online some school website to pick up a beer no one's heard of and review it and tell you about it. And it'd be a waste of time. It'd be a waste of time if you boys and girls out there cannot get it. It's pointless, you know. The only beer I felt like I've done a review of, I felt like that you guys out there couldn't get hold of was the Westie 12. I did the Westie 12 about 3 years ago. Now, Storm Sky says, let's go back up to the comments. Aaron is, what was, yeah, we've done that. Dean's Beer Review says, Honest Brew is a good one, Aaron. Yes, I've never tried Honest Brew, Dean. I will try that, mate. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of internet beer shopping. I prefer to go into a shop and pick beers for myself. Aaron Miller says, cheers, Dean. I'll check it out. Storm Sky says, do you think the Ledge Blonde has changed recently? Is it Left Blonde you're going on about, Slime Sky? Let us know. I haven't had Left Blonde for a while. I only have it on holiday. So let us know if it's the beer I'm talking about. Slime Sky, yeah. I don't know, mate. I don't know. If you're talking about Left Blonde, I only have that when I'm abroad these days. I still like the beer. I still have a soft spot for Left because it was kind of one of them gateway Belgian beers that you have over the years, and it's kind of like Left, Duvel, all these fantastic Belgian beers which are highly available to everybody out there, and you can pick them up and enjoy. Left Blonde, yeah. I'm not sure if they have changed the recipe, obviously, because of who owns the brewery. They could have. Dean's Beer Review says Left is good for £2.50 a go. Dean, you're right. It is. It's like the brew. Left Blonde, Left Brew. You know, where else can you get a decent tasting Belgian beer in a supermarket? You know, and that's what I love about Left. Duvel. Duvel is a big favorite. You know, they're it's peanuts. You know, if you go abroad, you pay double the amount for Left in a bar, same for a Duvel. In fact, when I was abroad, when I was in Madeira a while back, it was £10, €10 for a bottle of Duvel. But they're fantastic beers. Miller says Duvel is stunning. It is stunning because the reason why I keep championing the Duvel cause is that Duvel is one of them beers which appeals to the proper beer drinker. Also, it appeals to the lager drinker because it has not got real strong taste notes to it. It hasn't got real beery taste notes. It hasn't got real strong lager taste notes. It sits in the middle, but it's brewed just right, just the right balance that appeals to both camps. And that's why I think Duvel is one of the best beers going. You know, if you disagree with me, put me in the comments. It says Duvel is stunning. I don't mind the nectar. Yes, Dean, I've got a nectar through the other room. I was going to crack that open tonight. Scott says Duvel's a dog's bollocks Bix. It is a fantastic beer. It appeals to everybody. No harsh bitterness, no harsh flavours. Aaron Miller says the Duvel Citra Triple is amazing as well, 9.5%. I think really good. Some soups. Yes, Aaron, the triple, Citra Triple is available in Morrison's. I've seen it in Tesco's. I think Waitrose do it as well. It's a cracking beer. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. Dean's Beer Review says traditional quality Duvel. it is. It's a traditional beer, and that's at the end of the day. Sometimes when you have of a traditional beer, you know, a traditional beer is sometimes the best. And we can go on about craft beers, which sometimes are stunning, but you got to think of the old boys, the beers from the boys before. You know, the beers with history, the beers with I mean, Duvel was Flemish for devil. It's got a long history behind it. Beer with history, and it's kept the same type of recipe throughout. They're the beers to cherish because I don't know how long or how far these beers will go in future because you've got different generations coming up, different generations most probably going for stuff like Verdant or whatever. It makes you think whether or not how far these generations of beers will carry on. Slime Sky says, what do you think of Leffe Ruby? Now, when I look at Leffe or Leffe or whatever you want to call it, and they put out these different kind of styles of beer all the way along, and I think that they do kind of like standard versions of Belgian styles. You got the triple, you got the ruby, you got the blonde, you got the brew. They're all standard interpretations of a Belgian style. Me personally, ruby, it falls in with any other fruity Belgian beer. You either like it or hate it. It's one of them beers which, you appreciate or you dismiss with, Tizer. So that's my opinion on it, Slime. Dean Spirits, all this new craft beer is good, but the old school is still up there in my book. I totally agree with you, Dean, because what you're not getting with craft beer, however good it is, Cloudwater, Verdant, Lockapolly, and all these craft beers, what you're not getting is one thing, and that's history. You get history of the brewer, history of going back in time, different ways of producing the beer, different ways of delivering the beer, and it's part of heritage. It's part of our own identity, if you know what I mean. So it should be cherished. It should be kept like that. It should be something that we should celebrate. We are a proud country, and this is a country which is proud of its beer. And I think that is what I'm very passionate about. When you look at the old school ales in Tesco's, old school ales in supermarkets, you should cherish them because one day they may not be there. Some guys, Ryan Bosworth, Left Nectar, lovely. Had a bottle of that a few days ago. Left Nectar, I had that. Before Tesco's discontinued it for a while, but suddenly, all of a sudden, it's there. Slime Sky says, I think craft beer is too expensive. That's the problem. That is the problem craft beer has. However great it is, however brilliant it is, however tasty it is, it all comes down to what you're getting for your bucks at the end of the day. Now, this one, Verdant Bloom, I loved it. I reviewed it. I loved it. It was £4.25. £4.25. It's a lot of money to some people for one can. If you go to the supermarket, you must really pick up 4 cans of something, £4.25. That is the problem what we have. If craft beer is to go mainstream, is to be enjoyed by everybody out there, which it needs to be. It needs to come down in price. So how are they going to bring it down in price? They need to find better ways, cheaper ways to make the stuff to bring it down in price. And obviously, from where I stand, I can't see that happening at the moment. But there is a bit of beer snobbery about it. I think people should be more open to it, but it comes across. Some people think it's a bit snobby craft beer. Where are we going? These Yorkshire Stingo takes some beer. Dean's beer reviews. Dean, mate, Yorkshire Stingo is a fantastic beer. You know, when you come to Yorkshire, um, when you come into Yorkshire, let us know. I will join you at a brewery and we'll have a laugh. I'm always been a Samuel Smith fan. Always have been. Traditional beers, traditional methods. It's a bit like Black Sheep. Black Sheep have tried to get into that craft beer segment of the market. It's never really worked. They should stick to their own traditional methods. Theakston, again, fantastic traditional brewers. Yeah. One by some big thoughts on sour beers. I'm slowly getting into sours. Dean, yeah, totally agree with you. Sours is a quite exciting, um, kind of like exciting trend of beer, isn't it? Sours, you know, I've started to enjoy sours. I don't like all of them, but I can appreciate what they are and I can appreciate what's gone into them. Sam Sky says this is where Aldi is really good. Aaron Miller says I only try one of them and it was disgusting. It's a Marmite beer. A sour beer is a Marmite beer. Some people think sour beers are they should be beers. Basically, sour beers should be kind of kicked into touch. You know what are people going on about? Me personally, I like sour beers, but I like to have a good sour beer. In other words, I like to have um, a lovely kind of like balance of acidic tartness with the sourness. It works both ways. It has to be good. It has to be refreshing. It has to be a beer which you would buy again. For me, I mean, it's only try one around. Beer Guru, Panikos, mate. Sora's posting it. He's back. Panikos is back. So everybody says Panikos is back. He's a Liverpool supporter. He's looking forward to tonight. So it's going to be a belter. Dean's beer reviews. They're not bad. Berlin Advice, different ball game. Yeah. Berlin Advice is, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Berlin Advice, I had the London, what's that? London brewery. Tesco, London. Can't remember what it's called now. They did a Berlin Advice in Tesco. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. But like I say, with Berliner Weisses, any sour beers, I'm not going to review something like that if I'm not in the mood for it because it gives it doesn't give an honest impression of what you think that beer is about. It's a biased opinion. It's what you feel at the moment, and it's not an honest thing. It's not an honest. The way I see it when you review a beer. London Beer Factory, yes, Dean. Slime Sky says, "Is there any 0% alcohol beers you like?" I do like 0% alcohol beers, and I'll tell you what, there is a market for them. There is a market, and it should get bigger. To be honest, you know, um, the one what stands out for me is the Erdinger one. I think Dean did it. Let us know, Dean. I think you did it. About a couple of months ago. I did it about a year ago, and it's a beer. They marketed it as a isotonic beer. It wasn't a 0% alcohol beer. It was an isotonic drink, and I had it. I tried it, and I thought it weren't bad. It was kind of like very kind of like cereal like, but I wouldn't say it was an absolute disaster. Yeah. So yeah, Dean says, yeah, he didn't like it. Yeah, I could see people not liking it. It's a Marmite beer, It's at the end of the day, your mind's telling you it's not going to get you pissed. So why the hell should I drink it? But I know what you mean, Dean. It's one of them beers which, yeah, it. I've had worse 0% alcohol beers. Um, for me, anyway. I thought the Innis and Gun one was pretty shy. Um, Yeah, London Beer Factory. Dean's Beer Review says London's Beer Factory. Yeah, it was. They did that Hazy Days, which I did a while back, and I really enjoyed that. I haven't done their new one because I've noticed that all the beer reviewers out there have been doing all the Tesco beers. As soon as it comes out, I thought this time I can't sit back and I'll just go and try something different, you know. Um, Dean's Beer Review says Nanny Stat. I did that one as well, mate. Yeah, there was, you know, with Nanny State, when I had it, it felt like a Brewdog beer with all them hoppy characters you know about when you sniff it or taste it. It's got them big hoppy notes. What you associate with a citrus hoppy notes, you associate with a Brewdog beer. But once you drink it, it was thin as water. That's exactly what I thought of it. Um, you know, Brewdog, it's, you know, I've said it in the past, I don't get excited about Brewdog anymore, to be honest. Um, Right, Slime Sky says everyone I have has been poor. I would much rather have a Macca's Brown Ale. I'll tell you what, Slime Sky, you bang on with that. Um, Mackerson, who doesn't like Mackerson Stout? I mean, I like it. What you getting before with Mackerson Stout? What you're getting is history. You're getting a generation what drunk it in a can, and you're still drinking it. You know, it's history. It's something what you'll find in a museum in about 20 years' time. You know, it's one of them beers. Um, it's something you should cherish. Um, we might have Man's Brown Out. Man's Brown Out. I'm not too sure on that one. Dean's Beer Review says Mackie's Stout is not bad, really. It isn't bad, Dean. It's what your grandparents or great grandparents might have drunk. So it's part of it's part of culture, part of history. So Aaron Wheeler says, have you tried 1050? Is it 1050 Oscar Blues? Let us know, Aaron. I've never done the 1050. um Oscar Blues, they appeared in Tesco for a while, disappeared. I've never done the 1050 stout, to be honest. I will do it. It's the best thing. I will do it. I'll do the 1050 stout. I think Dean's done it. I'm sure Dean's done a lot of stuff. I think you've done it. 1050. Grain Store Brewery. No, I haven't, Aaron. I haven't done the Grain Store Brewery at all. There's a gazillion breweries out there, local breweries, which I've never done. There's loads of breweries what other beer reviewers haven't done. It's all part of the discovery of new beer and enjoying it and everything. And this is why we do what we do. You know, there's no, as far as I can see, there's no competition. It's just putting up what you feel like and what you like drinking. You know, and that's what it's all about. So no, I've never done the Grain Store Brewery. Um, yeah, Dean's done it. I knew Dean would have done it. Does it every day, Dean. It's nail on the head every day. Bees knees, if I recall. Yeah. I'm not gonna comment on that, Dean. You're most probably right, mate. You usually are. So yeah. Cheers. That's all right. Dean, if you're watching, mate, I know you are. Have you had that one yet? Tell us if you had. And tell us if you know about that on the back of it with the Brooklyn Brewery. I'd like to know, mate. You might know more than me. What you do. Me, I'll just pick up a can and just crack the bugger open, in the bathroom. There you go. Dean says, um, But pisshead, really, Dean, you're not a pisshead. You know, I know that you're clued up. You're clued up. Doesn't matter if you're a pisshead or not. If you enjoy your beer, I know you're clued up though. You're you're a very clever fella. I know, mate. I know, mate. I watched you with Christoph last week with the Carlsbergs. I enjoy watching you and Christoph. You actually kind of like you go well together. You interact well together. You and Christoph. It works so well, and I like watching that. So continue to do just a bit of fun, yeah, just a bit of fun, Dean. But it works really well. I have to say, you and Christoph work really well together. Um, it's great seeing you both do that, do these kind of beer comparisons and beer reviews and that. It's great. Um, always watch them, always have a laugh. Same with the Clueless Drinker. I haven't watched the Clueless Drinker for months. But Clueless Drinker again, Peter. I like watching him because he comes on. Yeah, he's a cool bloke. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to stay at Newcastle or not. Really, that's another thing coming. We'll be talking about Newcastle for a while, like mate. No, I've been watching Clueless Drinker for a while, and really enjoyed watching him. Actually, Peter. One did I watch who I thought was really hilarious? I don't know. He's got this kind of like attitude about the Clueless Drinker, which kind of like comes across as really pissed off and had enough type of attitude. So I'm not too sure what one I watched. Looking back, I think it's a Brewdog one. Was it a Brewdog one? I think it was a Brewdog one. Peter. Yeah, he was a good laugh. I do like watching Peter. I haven't been watching many people. I always watch Terry's Quick Beer Reviews. Always watch him every time he comes up. I like watching Terry. He's quick, concise, doesn't waffle on like me, doesn't waffle on like a lot of people. And I do like Terry. I haven't watched Blue Nose for a while. I haven't watched Still Pickard. Peter is a nice guy too. How he keeps his camera all, and God knows. Yeah, I thought that. I thought that when I watched Peter. It's kind of like he goes into one. Then he's kind of like reviews the beers and everything, and he'll just go into something else. And I like watching him. I do. So Dean, if you ever, because you've met him a few times, you ever see him again? Tell him that I like watching him. I've said it in the comments, people. Sam Sky, do you like Lonebrow? Last time I had Lonebrow, Sam Sky was, I think it was on my stag do at Soho, and I went into this place, packy bloke on the door, taking a quid from everybody. He went into this place. He had a can of Lonebrow. Yeah, and this peep show went up like that and went down like that. So you went into this kind of like peep show. This woman's got like taking off her stocking, like you do. Went to these cubicles, smell like fish, absolutely horrible. Like, open up, shut again, open up and shut again. And that was it. 50p. And I had this pint of Lonebrow, and I had it then. So yeah, I've had Lonebrow. I can't remember hell about it. I was absolutely pissed at the time. Dean's beer review says, "Need to meet you, fella one day." I would love to meet you, Dean. Absolutely love. I think um, we would have a laugh. Just crack open a few beers. We'll have a beer wherever you are. It would be such a good laugh. I think you're down to earth guy, and I know that I know. In fact, I'll get on with you. It'll be great just to crack open a few beers, maybe do a review. Who knows? Just to have a laugh. Aaron Miller says, Calais, 28th of June. I'd love to, Aaron, but I don't think I'll be able to be down in the south for 28th of June. It's in August timing in the south, hopefully. Sam Sky, Northern Southerner beer reviews, big thumbs up. Slime, I always appreciate people who watch me. I may not reply to you in the comments immediately, but I will always reply to you. So, Slime, thank you very much for watching. Please enjoy your beers. Have a meal. You bring the beers, I'll bring the bags. Oh, I'm paying for the beers, am I, Aaron? Fair enough. Fair enough. Dean's beer reviews, of course. Yeah, I would like to, mate. It'd be a fantastic laugh, wouldn't it? I'm near Christoph up the road. Rope him in as well. I've been trying to find out where he works. He won't tell me. I'll have to get in touch with him again. It'd be great if me, you, Christoph meet up somewhere and we could have, you know, do a few videos and have a laugh. It'd be fantastic. Good idea. Um, I'll put it out there. I like watching Christoph. He's great. I don't comment on his videos. It's a bit like you, Dean. One of the first videos I watched way back. I don't comment on a lot of videos. I should do, to be honest. I should say well done in that. But I will do. I will do. I watch you, and I know you. Comedy Dommy or Gus, the lager one I did anyway. I can't remember. Yeah, I always kind of like, yeah, always watch what people do. Slime Sky says, what do you think of Green King East Coast IPA? East Coast IPA, I've drunk it. I've never reviewed it. I didn't think much of it. I'm not a fan of Green King, but I'll review them because that's what you do when you review you review anyway. Dean's beer reviews, JB the legend. I'm not a legend, Dean, but I just like having a laugh. I like going on and meeting people. I love meeting people. That's what I like to do. Thank you very much, Dean. Yeah, I'm not the greatest reviewer in the world, and I do fuck up. I get muddled up with me casks and kegs. You know, I just do. I don't know why I do that. I don't know why I do that. Let us know in the comments why I do that. I just get muddled up with them. Yeah. I just like doing what I'm doing. I'm not into stats. I'm not into subs. I just like doing it for the beer, and I could see myself doing it for the rest of my life. To be honest, I've been doing it 4 years, and I absolutely love doing it, and I love discovering beers. I'll just keep doing them because I just love beer, and hopefully the other beer reviewers out there, like Dean, like anybody else, to just keep doing it. And do it for the beer. Dean Spearwood, so you reel and keep it that way. That's the way. That's why I want it. I just press that button, crack the beer open, say what I think. You may not agree with me. I'm just being honest. If you think I'm shit or give me the thumbs down, I don't take it to heart. It's all about the individual. It's all about what you think. But the most important thing when you review beer is to give people out there an alternative, to give people out there there's an alternative to your lagers. There's an alternative to beers which you are finding a 4-pack for a few quid. There's an alternative, and that is what winds me up. There is better tasting beers out there than your normal macros. Just get out there and enjoy local beers. That's all I care about. Is people who've struggled producing something in a bottle. Try it and enjoy it. And I think that is the way to go by. It doesn't matter, if you do the poshest craft beer going, or if you do, your normal local brewer. It's all about telling people about the beers, and it doesn't matter if you think, well, if I do that one, Verdant Bloom, I'm going to get such and such reviews. I don't care. I just do any beers I pick up through the week. I just do it, review it, and let people decide on their own. If you have 10 views or if I have 40 views, it doesn't matter. It's all about promoting it. Dean says Sterling review. Well, some says I loved your review on Bang Spitter. Banks Bitter, yes. Again, you know, when you review a beer like Banks Bitter, you got to take into account how much that beer is. You know, it's 78 pence, 70 odd pence. That's something I take into account. 70 odd pence for a bottle of beer. Peanuts. So what are you going to expect? Something vile, or do you expect something which is going to be pretty good? Yeah, let's put it into perspective. You're paying 70 odd pence for a beer. So what I would do if I was paying that amount of money for a beer is something drinkable. It's not going to blow your head off. It's going to be something you're going to put up with. And that is exactly what Banks Bitter is all about. Banks Bitter is a beer for 70 odd pence at the time. I don't know what it is now. 70 odd pence for the time, but it's a beer which you'll enjoy for the money you've outlaid. And that is the bottom line of it. You pay 70 odd pence for beer. That's what it is. Dean says, gotta go, mate. Ruby Mario, mates. Dean, always a pleasure. God bless you, mate. I'll speak to you soon. I know you will. Mystery beer. Leave it a week or two. Mystery beer. I'll send you a little message, mate. Aaron Miller says, we all love beer, mate. Yes, we all do. Slime Sky says, review Bishop Nick, dude. I will do. I love to, Slime. I really would. And I will. But at the time, I'm in Yorkshire. I'm going to have to look more into the brewery. I've looked at the website. Like you said, I do some classic stuff, and I will try. Dean's, no worries, mate. Dean, no worries, mate. You take care. Enjoy your Ruby. Hope it's not a korma. No, korma. Korma's good. Korma's good with a normal naan. Let us know what you have. Nice one, Slime Sky. Nice one. I don't know if you're going to get tanked up on Banks beer, but let us know. Let us know as always. I'm going to end this now. I think we've had a great time tonight. You know, you've all been fantastic. A lot of you. We've had a good natter. Next Saturday, I'll be back on again. You're fantastic, a lot of you. All I can say to you, all of you, everybody who's commented, Dean, Slime Sky, Aaron, Ryan, Bryson, and of course Terry's Quick Brews and Darren Hawthorne. You've all been great. Enjoy your beers. Pick some great beers up. Tell us next week what beers you've been drinking. I'd like to know. And as ever, you're all stars. So thank you very much for watching this. You're brilliant, a lot of you. And I'll see you all next week. You're fantastic. Cheers.